So, I was just reading the Cyberpunk 2013 sourcebook, and it has come to my attention that the Crystal Palace space station's construction began the year of 2000. The Crystal Palace is basically Eurospace's fanciest space station, which Eurospace leases to rich people on a 20-year renewable basis, meaning that the tenants can renew their contracts every 20 years. The people who rent the space station from Eurospace are usually space-capable nations and rich corporations. These nations also maintain embassies for their national members to use, as one would in a foreign country. Now, back to the construction. So the construction of the Space Palace began with mass drivers delivering materials necessary to build it around Lagrange Point 1, even though the finalized space station would end up on Lagrange Point 5. Now, if you don't know what the Lagranges are, in short, they are basically special spots, where a small object can stay balanced because the gravities of two larger orbiting bodies pull on it equally. At the beginning, the space station would be built along Lagrange 1, which is in between the Earth and the Sun, and with time, the Space Palace would end up at Lagrange 5 once completed. At L5, the space station would form a triangle with the Earth and Sun, moving along with Earth in its orbit. But based off the position of the Space Palace in the Cyberpunk game, I think the Lagranges of the space station are in relation with the Moon instead of the Sun, meaning that Lagrange 1 is in between the Earth and the Moon, whilst Lagrange 5 is a triangle made by the Earth, Moon, and the Palace, whilst it follows the Moon's orbit around the Earth, which would make it easy for it to stay afloat without using too much fuel. Now, I won't get into all the details of its history since it's actually quite a lot, but the space station would eventually end up as a playground for the rich, as intended, which can be both a good and bad thing. For instance, one only has to look at the head in the Clouds, space station, and Altered Carbon to understand what I mean exactly.